Hello folks, Joey Let's Dippin' back here for another dip review. That's right, hello folks, we're here again, it's good to see you, and as you can tell we are all in the new place. I made a house tour. If you missed that, you can watch it here. But yes, and we are back for many more because things are finally, we're all moved in. My words are all over the place, but everything's settled down now and we're ready to go. So, welcome to the new house and welcome to a new dip review of many more. It is good to be back. I missed you guys to death. So let's jump right into what we are reviewing and then we'll pack a lip and we'll talk a little bit. Today we are reviewing something that people request me to do because I dropped it already. Jesus Christ, 47 seconds into recording. I did a Canadian review of this dip back in 2013, I believe it was. Someone sent me a Canadian can of Cope LC. And in that review, I reviewed American Cope LC and Canadian Cope LC, and I compared the two. But people want first a new Cope LC review and just a solo Cope LC review. So that's what we're going to do. Let me pick it up. Break out my list. I'm surprised there's no dust on it. So yes, Cope LC. A lot of people deem it the manly dip, or well, at least behind Cope Snuff. That's another one I'm going to redo because people want me to redo that. Because the most recent Cope Snuff video I did was the How to Dip Cope Snuff video about a year ago. Maybe even more now. But we're doing Cope LC today. So let's jump right in. Let's take a look at the presentation. Let's be honest, when has Copenhagen ever put out a bad can? Even the flavors I don't like wintergreen and straight, they're still beautiful cans. All the Cope cans, Cope whiskey, Cope Hickory's discontinued now, by the way, in case you were wondering. A lot of people are wondering about that. It never sold good. It's discontinued, but they still make whiskey and Cope straight. Copenhagen, Cope. I'm already digressing like fuck, huh? But nonetheless, sharp can, and it has fiberboard bottom.
Why don't they have the fiberboard bottom?
It does. It does. A lot of people wonder why Cope LC and Snuff are more expensive. It's because the fiberboard can, but it gives it a lot of the flavor and it helps pack it. So, oh well, it's good dip anyways. I've only taken one pinch out of this and I don't really need to go through it again. Metal lid, fiberboard bottom, and yeah, date, not that great, but oh well, I mean, it doesn't go bad on the day that it says. Like, some people freak out if they're a day late. It's gonna be okay, relax. So yeah, as you can tell, it's still pretty fucking dark and moist and everything like that. So let's pack a lip after we smell it. I'm sorry, I'm getting back into the swing of things. I'm forgetting stuff. It has a little bit more of a stronger scent, I find, than Cope Snuff. It has a much more dirty, earthy kind of smell. So, not bad. But, let's pack a lip of it. Pack a lip with me, if you have something to dip. And hopefully you're packing something good. Yeah, I took a pinch out of that. They were kind of generous with this one, because there's always a pinch taken out of Cope LC. That's just how it is. So, this one was pretty full, considering I took a lip out of that. But let's go. Alrighty, some people have trouble packing Cope LC and Cope Snuff. I don't have any trouble at all. That's considerably big. Cheers, guys. Kind of drifted, but that's okay. Random fun fact for you. Copenhagen Snuff came out in 1822. And from 1822 to 1997, Cope Snuff was the only Cope dip until this came out in 97. And now look at all the dips we have. Grizzly wasn't even released till 2001. Just shows how much dip is expanding. It's nuts. Anyways, this is generally the point where I talk about random shit for a little bit. So, here we go. Okay, so I got Windows 10. I was very doubtful, and I was wondering, why is everyone hopping on this? Don't you want to see what it's like first? And I've had this computer for 2 years. It served me well. It was a Windows 8, and it's always served me well. But 2 years of heavy use, it's always on. It was starting to slow down a little bit. And I was going to completely factory reset it, completely reinstall it. But then I'm like, well, Windows 10 is free, so why not give it a shot? And I'm glad I did, because this computer is running beautifully. Like, this is the best this computer has run since I first fucking got it in July 2013. This thing's great. Windows 10, highly recommended. Some people are saying it's buggy. I haven't experienced any bugs in the 2 or 3 days I've had it. So, I like it. I mean, I loved Windows 8 too. 7 not so much. Vista was fucking a disgrace. But yeah, Windows 10's good. So, in case you were wondering, you have Joey Leds' approval. And no, I'm not like advertising for Microsoft. I'm just saying. So for one last time, since he's going back to school soon, I'm going to be going down to North Carolina on the 9th. And then we're taking a road trip to Florida, which is going to be really cool, because I haven't been to Florida since the last time I visited my brother Matt, who, if you don't know, Matt is my brother who passed away. But he lived down in Florida. So last time I was in Florida was 2009, the last time I went down to visit him. So I'm really excited to go. It's going to be a lot of fun. And don't worry, I'm going to pre-record some videos to put up while I'm gone. And then I'm also going to get a bunch of fucking dips down there that, you know, I can't get here. Just to avoid fucking $30 shipping on Northerner. I mean, I'll order off Northerner when I have to, but it'd be nice if I could get some dips that they don't sell up here first. So I'm going to do that. Very exciting for me. I don't know if you give a shit. I might do a vlog for the second channel in Florida. If you would like that, let me know. But anyways, I forgot the pinchability. Pinchability is tricky for some people, especially beginners. But once you get the hang of it, it's fine. You just need to grab a good pinch and just really push it up against the side of the can, bring it up and pack it. Get it all settled with your tongue. For me, it pinches good because I'm experienced with it. Some people might have trouble. Don't get discouraged. Keep trying. Just like that. I know it's a good lip when it carries over the round shape of the can in it. Oh, alright, so the flavor. Well, if you watch my really early videos, I'm talking 2011 videos, you'd know that when I started out here, my favorite dips were Cope LC and Skull Peach. And I dipped the shit out of those, so I don't quite like the flavor of Cope LC quite as much because I dipped it way too much back in the day, but it's still a good flavor. It has a very, the scent is the same way. It has a very earthy and dirty taste. It has a dirtier taste than Cope Snuff, which it's kind of hard to describe that, but it's just dirty and earthy as fuck. But it's still mellow. It's mellow, but it's kind of strong for an original. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, for some people, it's an acquired taste. Some people love it right off the bat, and then some people just downright fucking hate it. Most people I know actually don't like it anymore. So even though I'll never go back to dipping it every day again, once in a while, the flavor's nice. It's a nice mix-up from all the mints I've been doing lately. Comparison? Alright. Time for a rant. Oh. Some people think Cope Snuff and Cope LC taste the same because they're both original. Bullshit! They taste completely different to me. Cope Snuff is a more, not necessarily sweeter, but it's just not as dirty tasting, and it's not as powerful a flavor as this stuff. They have completely different taste to me. And then some people say Cope Snuff and Cope Extra Long Cut Natural taste the same. Because on Copenhagen's website it says under natural snuff and a longer cut or some shit. I don't agree with that either. But yeah, Cope LC and Cope Snuff taste completely different to me. But if I had to compare it, it'd probably be Cope Snuff because they're similar but different. Yeah, I made probably no sense there. I'm just drinking my coffee, my Dark Magic for the Keurig. Been up nearly all night and tightened me up a little bit. So let's move on to the cut. Alright, so this is obviously called Copenhagen Long Cut, but it is actually a mid cut, which people wonder, why is it called long cut if it was a mid cut? Well, keep in mind this was only the second Copenhagen made behind Cope Snuff, so compared to Cope Snuff, it was long cut, even though it's more of a mid cut by today's standards. So it is a fairly short cut. That's another thing that people seem to have trouble packing it. You can kind of see all up there how instead of being long strands, it's just kind of, you know, little pieces. It's a mid cut, but like I said, once you master it, it won't be a problem. Packability, now, again, some people have immense trouble at first. But, you know, for the more experienced dippers, I'm not trying to knock new dippers, you know, just keep at it, you'll get it. But, stays put right there. Maybe an occasional floater, but overall the packability is good. The texture It is, in my opinion, I've heard some people say it burns like hell. I've never got that. The texture's actually quite soft in the lip, I think. It's not a harsh dip at all. And, yeah, I don't, and that carries into the burn, which I don't really get a burn from it. Even when I was a beginner, I never did. But even though everyone's quite the same, everyone's also quite different, so your experience may be different. But for me, it's smooth and soft, and it doesn't burn. Nicotine. Despite being considered one of the most manly dips, it's quite mild in nicotine for an experienced dipper. I mean, obviously it's going to have a little more than Skull, but it doesn't have as much as Grizz Green either. So it's kind of in the middle grounds. It's got a decent amount, but of course, like I always say, I dip and vape constantly, so I don't feel nicotine anymore. I just don't. So if you're a beginner, you might give you a little kick in the rear end, a little kick in the derriere, little kick in the hindquarters. I'm such a fucking dork. Spit. Okay, so some people consider it dry. I get a good amount of spit. The thing is, when it comes to original and natural dips, you can't compare it to the spit of a wintergreen dip, for example, because obviously wintergreens and such produce more spit naturally. But when you compare it to other naturals, you'll realize it actually has a decent amount of spit. And like you saw, pretty dark spit. So not bad. Lastability, I mean, it lasts pretty good, but it doesn't last the longest of dips I've had. I would say, obviously, Cope Natural lasts longer. It comes a little more moist, and it's much longer cut than this. But, I mean, it lasts okay. You could probably keep a lip in for about 45 minutes, based on my experience. So the flavor might be okay when it's in, but the aftertaste, when you take it out, you lose that natural taste, and it just kind of leaves that dirty taste in your mouth. I mean, there's certainly worse aftertastes, but it might taste a little bit bitter. That's another thing I kind of forgot to describe in the flavor. It's a little bit bitter. So it'll leave a little bit of a dirty asshole taste in your mouth, but it's not really that big a deal. There's worse.
Grizzly. Who said that?
Shoutouts. I'm sorry. My shoutout list is all over the place. I need to reorganize it and reconfigure it. So, don't hate me, but no shoutouts for this video. I still need to get my shit together. Again, there's a lot of catching up to do. So I apologize, but next video we'll have some. And number of subscribers. I want to say right now, we hit 40K. We are currently at actually 41,935. Absolutely amazing. I can't believe it. It's ridiculous. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love you all. Keep dipping and spitting. Keep cracking and packing. And the 40K video is what I wanted to mention real quick. That is in the works. It's going to be interesting. But it's taken a little more work than other videos normally do. I'm not really 100% sure how I'm going to do it, but it's going to be good. It's probably going to be a longer video, and you guys will get it. I just need to work on it a little more. So I figured I'd make a review to hold you guys over a little bit. But yes, thank you. And now it is time for the rating of Cope LC, a very highly praised dip. It's not bad, like I said. I kind of burnt myself out on it back in the day, and I wouldn't ever go back to dipping it regularly. I would get a can once in a while. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's still a pretty good dip. The reason I don't like it that much, I kind of did to myself. So yes, I would dip it again. That's been the video. Like this video if you like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.